Chosen one. Tonight, something is moving toward you quietly, not in the noise of fireworks, not under bright lights, but in the stillness of the room you're sitting in. There are fractures in the soul that no human eye can see. There are losses you thought you got over, yet they've been silently draining you, stealing your peace, poking holes in your faith one breath at a time. And tonight, a divine hand is lowering itself to touch the places you could never repair by yourself. You feel it, don't you? Deep in your chest, something is loosening. Subtle, but unmistakably real. A stir in your spirit that makes you pause and take a deeper breath than usual. The pain you've packed away for months. The disappointments you told no one about. The quiet heartbreaks you carried alone. The moments you held yourself together while your soul was falling apart. Those things are being pulled to the surface gently, as if someone is gathering them to finally take them away. Tonight is not an ordinary night. There are nights when heaven leans so close that your own breathing feels lifted. You may not have the words for it, but your spirit recognizes what's happening. Your soul is being read, page by page, by the one who knows how to heal what no one else has ever touched. God is reaching into the unseen places where you've been bleeding without knowing it. There are wounds that make no sound, yet they wear a person down slowly. The silence of the people you trusted. The moments when you were pushed aside like you didn't matter. The dreams that kept getting delayed. The promises that were never kept. You thought you moved on, but really, you just buried the hurt deep enough to keep going. People teach you to be strong by hiding your pain. But God heals you by bringing it up, washing it clean, and returning it to you without the sting. Tonight, that's exactly what He's doing. If you've noticed old memories resurfacing lately, if you've felt tired for no clear reason, if you've been craving silence, losing interest in things that once excited you, don't panic. It's not collapse. It's cleansing. It's your spirit pushing out what's ready to be healed. Chosen ones never go through seasons like this without purpose. God doesn't stir something unless He's preparing to close it. There are losses you didn't know you were carrying. Your trust has been drained slowly. Your sleep has been shallow, like your mind can't fully rest. Your finances have leaked in strange, unexplainable ways. Your health has dipped without cause. Your relationships have faded quietly. Your smile has weakened. Your heart has hardened. You blamed stress. You blamed life. You blamed yourself. But most of those losses didn't come from life. They came from things you never saw. Jealous eyes watching you. Words spoken against you. Negative energy you absorbed from people who had no peace. Invisible discouragement sitting on your shoulders. Spiritual arrows thrown simply because your light irritated someone's darkness. And tonight, God is healing those invisible losses. He's pulling back everything that's been drained from you. Your peace, your clarity, your confidence, your strength, your joy. He's shutting down doors you didn't have the courage to close. He's cutting cords that have been quietly strangling your spirit. He's removing what has been eating away at your blessings. Even if you can't see it, restoration has already started. Think about it. Lately, you've sensed something shifting, but you couldn't name it. That wasn't imagination. That was the first sign that your spirit is getting its power back. When invisible losses are healed, the chosen step into who they really are. Calmer, clearer, stronger, more spiritually accurate, more protected. And soon, you'll notice it in your daily life. Waking up lighter, seeing clearer, breathing deeper, feeling less attached to old pain, feeling less controlled by fear, feeling strangely shielded from negativity, because God is healing the parts no human can touch. Tonight, He is gathering your scattered energy. He is tightening the places where you've been leaking strength. He is restoring the stability people tried to shake in you. He is pulling you out of exhaustion that you thought you had to tolerate forever. Chosen one. Take a slow breath, because tonight, God is untying knots you've carried for years. He is doing the quiet work you'll fully feel tomorrow, taking you out of a season of loss and placing you into a season of restoration. Chosen one. If the first part was God touching the wounds you couldn't see, then this moment is when He begins returning what was taken from you, piece by piece, breath by breath, without noise, without ceremony, but with absolute precision. Heaven does not restore halfway. When God repairs, He reclaims. There are things that once belonged to you: your natural joy, your clarity of mind, your ability to wake up feeling steady, your excitement for a new day, your sense of belonging in your own life. Over the years, these things faded, not because you failed, but because life kept asking too much of you. People took without giving. Responsibilities drained you. Disappointments pressed into your chest like stones. And slowly, almost without noticing, you stopped feeling like yourself. But God noticed. He always noticed. He saw the moment your strength began to thin. He saw when your heart cracked before even you admitted something was wrong. He saw every invisible loss, the ones you brushed off, minimized, or convinced yourself didn't matter. And tonight, He's giving back what slipped away. You may not see it yet, but your spirit feels it. A subtle shift, a quiet gathering of energy, that strange pull towards stillness, that sudden desire to detach from noise and return to center. That's not mood. That's not fatigue. That's restoration beginning. Invisible losses are the cruelest because they drain you without proof. The world tells you, you're fine, but your soul whispers, something is missing. Tonight, God is returning those missing pieces. He's returning your clarity where confusion tried to build a home. He's returning your strength where exhaustion became a habit. He's returning your peace where anxiety carved deep grooves. He's returning your dignity where someone treated you like you were small. He's returning your value where you forgot you mattered. He's returning your courage where fear held the steering wheel for too long. And He's not just returning them, He's upgrading them. Chosen one. Restoration from God never comes back in the same size it left. It returns multiplied. That's why recently you might have felt a need to withdraw, a sudden discomfort around certain people, a push to stop over-explaining, a pull to rest more, a sense that some chapters don't feel like home anymore. These aren't coincidences. They are spiritual realignments. God is pulling you away from the sources of your losses, the people, environments, habits, patterns, and emotional traps that drained you silently. When He removes you from a place, it's never punishment. It's always protection. He will never let what harms you stay close. There's a reason you've been losing interest in old cycles. There's a reason you've been craving quiet. There's a reason your spirit wants to step back. That's the detox before elevation. Chosen one. You're being positioned, shifted, recentered, lifted back into alignment with who you really are. Not the version life forced you to become, but the version God always intended. There are blessings that couldn't reach you because your hands were too full of old battles. There are doors that stayed shut because your heart was too exhausted to walk through them. There are opportunities that paused because your spirit didn't have the strength to hold them. God is fixing the foundation before He builds the future. And tonight is the beginning of that rebuild. You're going to start noticing things. Your mind will feel quieter. Your reactions will soften. Your heart will feel less tense. Old triggers will lose their power. The heaviness in your chest will start to break apart. The fog in your thinking will begin to lift. You'll feel more you than you have in years. That is what divine restoration feels like. Not dramatic, but undeniable. God is not just healing parts of you. He's restoring the whole of you. Every loss you couldn't explain. Every tear you didn't show. Every disappointment you carried quietly. Every moment someone took advantage of your kindness. Every time you felt drained without knowing why. All of it is being addressed tonight, chosen one. When God starts returning what was stolen, life begins to move in ways that don't make sense to anyone else. This is the shift. This is the turning. This is the rebuilding of your inner kingdom. And you're right on time for it, chosen one. Now that God has begun restoring what was quietly drained from you, this is the moment He moves you into a different spiritual position. A place where the old losses can no longer reach you, where the old wounds can no longer reopen, and where the old version of you can no longer dictate your future. What you're stepping into is not recovery. It is rebirth. There comes a point in every chosen soul's journey where healing is no longer about patching what broke. It becomes the restructuring of your entire inner world. That is what's happening to you now. The shift is subtle, but it is deep. You can feel something inside settling, grounding, organizing itself. You don't have language for it, but your spirit knows exactly what it is. A divine repositioning. God is not only repairing what was damaged, He is removing what caused the damage in the first place. That's why lately you've grown uncomfortable around certain people. You're uninterested in old conversations. You've stopped forcing yourself into places where your spirit feels squeezed. You find peace more valuable than explanation. You crave quiet more than attention. You're withdrawing from patterns that never honored your growth. This is not moodiness. This is not detachment. This is spiritual elevation. God is pulling you out of the old energetic climate, the one that kept draining you slowly, silently. Some environments corrupt your peace without making a sound. Some relationships shrink your soul without raising their voice. Some habits erode your clarity without ever looking harmful. But God saw every bit of it. And tonight, He's shutting down those invisible access points. The doors that used to leak your energy are being closed. The people who could reach your vulnerability are being removed. The situations that fed off your softness are losing their grip. The cycles that repeated over and over are breaking in real time. You're not losing people. You're losing what was losing you. And now that the spiritual leaks are sealed, something powerful begins. God is elevating you into a realm where you cannot be drained the same way again. This elevation looks like your spirit becoming calmer, your reactions slowing down, your anxiety loosening its grip, your judgment sharpening, your boundaries strengthening, your awareness expanding, your inner voice becoming louder than outside noise. You're starting to see things as they truly are, not as your pain once made them appear. And that clarity is a sign you're rising. Chosen one, you may not realize this yet, but you are stepping into a season where your energy becomes too expensive for chaos to afford. The things that used to distract you won't have access anymore. The people who drained you won't recognize the strength you're about to walk in. The situations that once hurt you won't even reach your heart, because God is lifting you into a higher state of being, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. And with this elevation comes something even greater. You're about to regain the authority over your life that was stolen through years of exhaustion. The confidence you lost is coming back, not as ego, but as clarity. The hope you buried is resurfacing, not as naivete, but as direction. The strength you forgot is returning, not as struggle, but as stability. The intuition you silenced is awakening, not as fear, but as discernment. Your spirit is remembering who you were before pain taught you to shrink. God is resetting your inner compass. He's aligning your steps with truth, not trauma. He's cleansing your vision so you can finally see which doors He opened and which ones you need to walk away from forever. You'll start to feel less attached to things that once consumed you, less emotional about situations that used to break you, less willing to tolerate behaviors you once explained away, more connected to your purpose, more protective of your peace, more in tune with what your spirit is telling you. This is what it looks like when God shifts you. And here is the powerful truth you need to hear. When God elevates you, He also isolates you, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Isolation is not rejection. It is insulation, coverage, protection during your transition. You're moving from a season where you survived everything into a season where you receive everything that was meant for you. This is why your spirit feels different. This is why you've been sensing change without knowing what it is. This is why you feel like you're standing on the edge of something new. You are chosen one. This is the crossing point. You're stepping from depletion into restoration, from clarity into elevation, from healing into transformation. Your life is about to shift in ways that will make perfect sense later, and no sense at all right now. But trust this: God never heals you just to leave you where you were. He heals you to move you into who you're becoming.